Hey everyone, welcome back to the Listen Up Grow podcast, where I bring you the biggest LGBTQ plus stories, headlines from around the world. I'm your host, Zach Randles-Friedman. Today we're talking about the cancellation of the UK's first LGBTQ plus dating show, a controversial push by the Orange convicted felon that's tied to the SAVE Act, and so much more. So let's get into the first story, which is BBC cancels I Kissed a Boy and I Kissed a Girl. The BBC has confirmed it will not continue its groundbreaking LGBTQ plus dating shows, I Kissed a Boy and I Kissed a Girl, beyond their current run. This series made history as the United Kingdom's first dating shows centered on LGBTQ plus relationships. But in a statement first reported by The Sun, the broadcaster said there are currently no plans for the show to be returned after the upcoming second season of I Kissed a Girl, which is expected to air this spring. A spokesperson for BBC said the decision was driven by financial pressures facing the broadcaster, forcing the network to make difficult programming choices. Despite the cancellation, the BBC praised the shows and their impact. In a statement, the broadcaster said that it was exceptionally proud of the series and thanked Danny Mungo and the production team at 24 Productions, bringing the groundbreaking format to life. Mungo called the experience one of her most meaningful moments of her career. She thanked the BBC and the production team for allowing her to be part of what she described as a powerful and important show, adding that she was proud that the series had celebrated LGBTQ plus life and stories. She also said that the care and purpose behind the program made it one of the most special experiences in her nearly 40-year television career. Very nice. The Orange felon pushes SAVE Act and anti-trans policies. In U.S. political news, the Orange felon has said that he will refuse to sign legislation unless Congress passes the controversial SAVE Act, while also pushing to attach anti-transgender policies to the bill. In posts shared on his social media, Truth Social, the Orange felon urged Republican lawmakers to pass the legislation without changes. The Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act would amend the National Voter Registration Act of 1993, requiring individuals registering to vote to provide proof of U.S. citizenship in the United States. But Trump has also called for additional provisions to be included in the bill, including a ban on gender-affirming medical care for transgender minors, even in the cases where parents consent to treatment. White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt confirmed the administration is pushing to attach those measures to the legislation. The proposal has already sparked debate among lawmakers and civil rights advocates who warn the bill could restrict voting access and further target transgender health. Next, we go to federal prisons ordered to taper hormone therapy. Meanwhile, the Orange convicted felons administration is following criticism over a new policy affecting transgender inmates in federal prison. Guidance issued by the Federal Bureau of Prisons on February 19th instructs prison clinics to begin tapering hormone therapy for incarcerated transgender people. The directive also prohibits the Bureau from starting hormone therapy for inmates who have not already receiving it before incarceration. Doctors would be required to create plans that would eventually discontinue treatment altogether. Medical experts say the policy raises serious concerns. Dr. Carol Street, a Boston physician and leading researcher in transgender health, told The Advocate that the guidance contradicts evidence-based medical care. Street warned that withdrawing hormone therapy can be dangerous and may violate legal standards, requiring prisons to provide appropriate medical treatment to inmates. Again, focusing on the 1% that doesn't hurt anyone. Why we're doing that, who knows? Next, Texas lawmakers defends trans youth. In Texas, a state representative and Democrat Senate candidate, James Talarico, is speaking out in defense of transgender youth. During an interview with MS Now, Talarico criticized what he described as an outsized political focus on transgender issues. He argued that the real threat to the country isn't transgender people, but economic inequality. Talarico said the country is focusing on the wrong 1%. According to the lawmaker, the biggest challenges facing Americans, including healthcare access, are tied to the influence of wealthy elites and political systems that have served them. His comments come as debates over transgender athletes and healthcare continue to dominate political conversations in several states. And I will be doing a special report on James Talarico in the coming days, so stay tuned for that. Next, we stay in Texas, where a Texas man was sentenced to 200 years in the Grindr murders. Our last story is a Texas judge has sentenced 25-year-old juror Auntie Pleasant to 200 years in prison for the murders of two men that he met through the dating app Grindr. Pleasant used the alias Derek to lure victims to the Banyan Tree Apartments. Prosecutors said Pleasant shot 54-year-old Larry Wilson inside his SUV after arranging to meet him through the app. Pleasant was also convicted in killing of a 22-year-old Joseph West. The lengthy prison sentence reflects the severity of the crimes and brings some closure to the victim's family. And that's the LGBTQ plus news roundup for you today. If you want more stories like this, make sure you follow the Listen Up Girl podcast wherever you get your podcast. And don't forget to share the show with a friend, because staying informed helps keep the community connected. I'm Zach Randles-Friedman, and thanks for listening, and I'll be back tomorrow with more LGBTQ plus news. Thank you.